Hello, my name is Kerrioth, and you are probably absolutely sick of my voice by now today. Third video of the day. I will stop spamming now, I absolutely promise you. I do apologise, but it looks like we might well have the content of the 9th edition starter set. We might have that now. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I've not had time to check where these images have come from, because you guys have absolutely slammed the I cannot comprehend how many messages I've got about these things over the last 20 minutes whilst I was walking the dog, but there you go. A lot of you. So, what do we have in this here image? Well, we've got those 3 bikes that we saw in the video we did earlier, so those are confirmed as being real. We've also got the Assault Marines, also real. We've got the dudes with the Storm Shields and Power Swords, also real. We have the Execution dude up the top, the Executioner, which I'm assuming is what he's going to be called, and that's what everyone's calling him. Makes sense, he's got a flat-headed Executioner's blade, so yeah. We've got the Executioner up there too. I mean, it's all looking pretty legit. There's the guy with the Volkite gun and the Storm Shield that we saw on the Warhammer 40,000 site. There is another dude off to the left. Here's the one from the trailer, because he's got the skeleton on the shield, so that's kind of cool. It looks like we've got another Ancient in the top left, and we've got 3 Gravis armoured dudes with melter guns. So that's funky, that's cool. This is a decent sized force. It confirms what we've seen earlier from the primary stuff that was leaked. All of that is legit by the look of it, and this looks very much like a good side to, for instance, a starter set. So there's 24 models here. You got, I'm assuming, 10 assault intercessors. Yes, yeah, one of them is kind of faded out at the top. I keep thinking I can't see him, but he is there. Old Gulliman is sticking his face all over it. So you've got the 10 intercessors, you've got 5 Storm Shield and Power Sword equipped guys, takes us to 15. We've got the 3 bikes, takes us to 18. What looks like a new Chaplain sculpt, which I would assume would be exclusive to this box. Got the Ancient, takes up to 20. Then you've got the Executioner and the 3 Gravis armoured guys with melter guns, which takes us up to 24 models. Now, I cannot remember exactly how many are in Dark Imperium, but it's around, I'm sure it's around the 20 number. It might be 21. Either way, that's, if we assume that these are all monopose kits, which there is every reason to assume if they did appear in a starter set, then that would be a decent half to a box. It would be a decent half to a box. It would be a very focused side. I mean, we've got a lot of close combat there, but, I mean, hey, if you're launching a new edition with, you know, brand new Primaris units that are focused on close combat, you will want to make that force tailored for that, and this kind of feeds into that. You've got a little bit of fire support and flanking going on with the bikes, and you've got the Gravis equipped melter guns for anything heavily armoured, plus, I mean, the Storm Shields and Power Swords are going to be probably horrible to deal with, so that looks like a decent side. But what would the other side be made up of? Well, we can probably see that too. So this looks to be the Necron side of said box. So as you can see, we have a bunch of warriors, the new warriors down there. It looks like 2 squads of 10? It's a little bit tricky. This one is more pixelated. There's a lot more weird fading and odd stuff going on in terms of like grain effect, and it's like been painted over in sections. It looks like we've got 10 warriors in there. We also have what looks like a new character equipped with like a Gauss cannon in the bottom left, the same gun that the Immortals have. In fact, he looks very immortal in nature, but more ornamented, so that looks to be a new model as well as the rest, because we've got what I think is called the Reanimator, is what I've been told. So the 4-legged thing there, the big, tall, creepy thing, I thought they might have been about knight size, but I don't think they are. I think they're a bit smaller than that. But we've got a Reanimator, if that is what they end up being called. We also have a character as well. And interesting, this is the thing that's interesting to me. So there is what looks like a character. Then we've got what I'm being told is a Destroyer Lord, because the Destroyers are shifting over to being like 3-legged things. I'm not sure about that one, but we'll see how it goes. Along with 3 of the 3-legged guys that we saw. We have someone who is incredibly faded out in the middle of this, with 2 weird constructs with him. Little spindly guys with long faces, almost like Tomb Spider / Scarab-esque carapaces on. They look lanky and weird. It's really hard to make out the detail on them, but that looks like it could be another character, and it's probably another sculpt. It's going to be new. Everything else is new in here, so I'm assuming that would be as well. But it's really hard to make out what it actually is. So, if we take a look at that, if we've got 24 on the Primaris side, what looks like a couple of different characters, plus bikes, so we've got sort of vehicles as well. The Necron side would be more weighted. There would be more numbers. But if the Warriors are priced significantly cheaper than the Intercessor assault squads, then which I'm assuming they would be, then this feels like it could very well be what we actually see in the starter set. It may be that some stuff in these pictures is not in it, but are new models. But, I mean, mainly I'm just impressed and happy how much new stuff Necrons have got. There's a lot of new stuff in this picture, and that's not even counting, we can't see Zaraz in here, we can't see the Silent King, we can't see a monolith, we can't see the new Catan Shard, we can't see the big gun variant of the Reanimator, the big tall spindly dude. There's at least 3 new character or Overlord sculpts, depending on what direction they decide to take it. And then there's the 3-legged guy at the top as well, who is potentially a Destroyer Lord. There's a lot of new stuff here. A lot of new stuff. But those two next to each other? I don't know. That could be a starter set right there. Part of me feels like it's a bit too much for a starter set, admittedly. There is part of me that thinks it might be too much stuff for a starter set. But I'm not sure. It's very coincidental the way these things have been laid out, so I don't know, but it's certainly interesting, and it does make sense, doesn't it? It does make sense. There is a decent parity / symmetry to this. Something to think about, something to get excited about, because now we know all this Primaris stuff is real, and now we know that all this Necron stuff is real as well. You know, we had the pixelated picture, this is still pixelated, but we can't argue with this. It's all clearly legit, so that is something. May not be the starter set necessarily, it feels like it would be, but at least we know all this stuff is legit, which is awesome. Anyway, let me know your theories in the comments down below. Let's go back to the Primaris one, because some of these look... look at the close combat. Yes. Anyway, let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. I promise I will leave you alone now. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. And of course, there's a affiliate link for Element Games in the description. Nice way to support the channel if you'd like to. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for the next one, which will not be today, probably. We'll see. See you later.